In this video, I'm going to show you a common problem with many NuTone music intercom systems that were installed starting in 1984 to present. In this particular video, the example intercom will be an IM3303. It doesn't really matter which system you have. This is a universal problem and it's a universal adjustment with a universal solution. This 3303 was sent in by a customer. He had a variety of small problems with it, which I repaired. And during the final testing of this master station, I discovered a simple problem that leads to other problems with a lot of installations. So to demonstrate what the problem is, first I'm going to turn the radio on.
Today. Restrictions apply, limited to new starter.
And here we have a fairly strong station for this area, and it's the system volume behind the right-hand door is set to give me a comfortable amount of radio volume from that station. Now, I also have a test doorbell button connected. This 3303 master station has a chime module built into it. So again, let's listen to the radio volume.
Jim Hampton for Club Sport.
And now let's ring the doorbell.
And my work at
and the radio comes back on. It's easy to hear that the doorbell volume is probably 4 times louder than the music volume, which is much too loud in most homes. If you took that level of doorbell volume and you multiplied it by the number of speakers you have throughout a normal house, it's way, way too loud. So why is that a problem? Well, it's a problem because of what it causes people to do with their systems. Since the doorbell is way too loud, they're going to do what seems natural or normal. They're going to go around room by room and they're going to turn the volume control for each station down to lower the chime volume. So I've set it at half. Let's see what we have now. So now we have a more reasonable level of chime volume coming out of the master station. But then, let's turn the radio back on. Now the radio is very low. So the next thing that people will do is they'll open up the door and they'll raise the system volume up to try to get more volume out of the radio. The situation this creates, and especially if you go back and forth between the chime and the radio and the chime and the radio, and over time people continually turn down room speakers because some people think it's too loud, and then they turn the system volume up louder to get more volume out of it. And after a short period of time, you have an installation where the amplifier is producing much more power than it needs to. However, the speakers throughout the house, since they're turned down, aren't using the power correctly, and it causes damage to the master station. So why does this all start? Well, it all starts because when the installer originally installed the system, he neglected to make an adjustment on the chime module to set it at the right level. NuTone Chime modules out of the box when they were new were not preset to any particular setting. It's very random based on how it was manufactured. And the reason there is an adjustment on the chime module is because every installation in every home is different. You may have a 1,200 square foot house with 3 speakers, or you might have a 6,000 square foot house with 14 speakers. The chime volume has to be adjusted so it's correct for that particular installation. So what I'm going to show you is how on a 3303, and this applies to all other models also, how to find the chime module and make the adjustment. So here's the same 3303 master station, and I've installed it in our mock-up installation to make it more realistic of the steps to gain access to the chime module. Every model of intercom system that has a chime module option the chime module will be mounted in a different location on the back of the master station. In the case of a 3303, it's in the upper left-hand corner on the back of the faceplate. It's in the same location on a 3003, a 4006, a 4406, an IM5000, or an IM5006 are different. So if you search through our YouTube playlists, you should be able to find your model number of system, and likely there is a video that is titled something like how to remove a IM3003 or an IM4006 for repair. And it goes through a step-by-step of how to open up and disconnect things to remove the set completely. Part of those videos includes showing where the chime module is mounted on the back of the set and how to disconnect the wires from it. You don't need to disconnect or remove everything. You just need to be able to locate the chime module so you can make the adjustment. So the first step is to remove the screws from the mounting faceplate so you can open up your master station and have access to the back of the set. So with the screws loosened, the set will fold down from the wall. You do have to loosen the screws all the way, and once you have them loosened all the way, it will fold down. So now you can see the back of the intercom set, and the chime module is mounted in this area of the faceplate. So here's a close-up view of the chime module. It's mounted in the upper left-hand corner of the faceplate. And you can see it's a standard NuTone chime module. There are different versions of chime modules that NuTone made over the 25 years that they were in production, and I'll show you more about that later. You'll notice that it has the row of 4 screws where the wires from the push buttons are connected, a large variety of electronic components, and what we're really looking for is this little device right here. It's a little round plastic ring. It's about the size of, a little bit smaller than a dime, and that's the volume adjustment of the chime module. To adjust this, you're going to need either a very small Phillips screwdriver or a very small flat screwdriver. So here's a better view of the volume adjustment. This little round white plastic disc with a little cross in the middle. The cross in the middle is so your small Phillips screwdriver fits properly. This adjusts the amount of signal that the chime module produces and sends to the rest of the main intercom system. This little adjustment only turns about 3/4 of the way from end to end. It doesn't go fully around, it doesn't go around and around and around. Just 3/4 of a turn is all of its travel. It's very simple to adjust this. You'll need a helper usually. The helper's job is to be out on the front porch to push the button. And as they push the button and the chime is ringing, you simply turn the adjustment to lower the volume so it's not so loud. Now, it's important to have your remote speakers turned up to maximum, and your system volume for the music, or say on a 4006 or 3003, it's program volume. It needs to be set at a comfortable level so you have a comfortable amount of radio volume while the remote speakers are at maximum. And then you ring the doorbell and it'll be blasting loud through your house, and you simply turn it down till you have it at a comfortable level. That's all there is to it. Once you have it set at what makes you happy in your house, then you just close up the master station and you're done. Here are 6 examples of the most common chime modules that you'll find in NuTone music intercom systems that were installed between 1984 and around the end of 2008. So if we start at the bottom, this is the oldest one. This one is probably from 84, 85 or so. All of these have volume adjustments, but it varies a little bit. That's why I thought I would show them to you. So in this type, it's this large thumb wheel that stands up off the board, and you turn it with your finger to raise or lower the volume of the chime. This one's mounted sort of at the end of the board in the center. As time goes on, we then see a variation of that, which is a slightly newer chime module. It still has the thumb wheel, but now it's been moved over to the left-hand edge of the board, but it adjusts the same way. Then we get to an even more modern board. This one, the big thumb wheel is gone, but down here on the bottom left-hand corner, there's a small orange wheel or adjustment pot with the crosshatch in it where you put your screwdriver and turn. Then we'll move up here to the top, newer yet again, and here the volume adjustment is back on the left-hand edge of it, but now it's larger than the orange one, and it's green, and it still has the crosshatch where you can turn it with a screwdriver. And then even newer, this one, it's moved back down to the lower left-hand corner, and now it's a white adjustment pot with a slot for a screwdriver that allows you to turn it. And then finally, this is probably one of the last ones. Here we have it back on the left again with a white adjustment wheel with slots for a screwdriver. So there are many different types of chime modules, and it will take a little investigation work on your part to find the adjustment. These types of small details, they're not covered in installation instructions and aren't necessarily printed in any diagrams or drawings anywhere. There's always been somewhat of an assumption that NuTone intercom systems are being installed by professional people or NuTone trained installers, and they know how to find the adjustment on a NuTone Chime module, even though they often don't set it. So I hope this video helps you if you have an overly loud chime module. If this video did help you, please like it on YouTube. If you think the video would be helpful to other people, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. If you subscribe to our channel, it raises our rankings on YouTube, and it allows this video to be found by other people, and that helps them out also. So I'll see you on the next video.